Hello.
Hi. I was like waiting. I'm like, I don't know. Do I start talking? Do you?
I'll just
Oh,
start off. Different location, crazy day. We're just struggling. How's it going with you?
it's going. Same. We're surviving over here. We had our first day of the new daycare, and okay, so like totally way different having an in-home daycare than like at a center, right? Because you have a lot more attention on your kid, and like
Yeah.
I'm getting probably 10 pictures so far. And she's like texting me updates throughout the day, like, oh, he's eating this, or oh, he's doing so good here, or blah, blah, blah. And like just
Mhm.
watching him like fit in with those kids, even though they're a little bit older, and like just get along and like laugh and smile and like, hear him making his noises, like makes me so happy. Cause before you just get like a blurry picture, maybe he's smiling, maybe he's not. And
Yeah.
like he looks disgusted, you know? It's been good. Although with the in-home daycare, they're a little bit more strict. So we're already having to go visit the doctor today to make sure everything's okay, which I think it is because I don't think anything's wrong or I would have known. But
Mhm.
we're just gonna get him cleared just to be safe. But yeah, so that's fun. Um,
Of course. Of course, the
yeah,
first day.
yeah. First day, hello. But yeah, and then yesterday we went over the weekend, not yesterday. We went trunk or treating, and that was really fun. I was very surprised how much fun Axel had with that. However, it was really warm, and our costume is set up for like when it's colder outside. It's just like a fuzzy
Yeah.
onesie.
Yeah, it's
And
been
so like
hot.
I literally had it like unzipped. I had his arms like rolled up, his legs rolled up. He looked like a weirdo, but he was just running and going up. He was carrying his bucket up to people. Then they had some animals there and he was obsessed with the ducks and just started quacking at them. And then the playground. And then he got hangry. And that's where we had to cut our adventure short because he was hangry. And all the food that mom had was not good enough. So that's been fun. We sometimes like a couple days during the week where I need help like watching him, he will tend to like have Miss Rachel on in the background just like if someone's like
Mhm.
helping watch him because it helps distract him. But like
Yeah.
he had that and 2 days in a row he fought me on his nap and he was like literally losing his mind and I was like trying to explain to my mom like this is what happens when he watches like all this TV
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh, that's really weird. Like I've never like noticed that." I'm like, "Well, I tried to put him in front of like Little Bear or like Pooh
Mhm.
Bear, which is very different from like Miss Rachel or, you know, Paw
Mhm.
Patrol whatever. It's so much slower and it distracts him
Yeah.
for maybe 5 or 10 minutes and then he's not even interested in the TV anymore because it's just
Yeah.
so much less like I don't know, stimulation popping up.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
even Miss Rachel isn't like bad because she's like talking and doing things, but she's constantly doing something, which I
Yeah, she has
noticed
little
at the
animations that fly in and
yeah.
changes color, so it is stimulating to watch. More
Mhm.
than some of these other shows, like, our Samsung TV, when you turn it on, it, like, turns on the TV, like, we get free TV with it, I don't really know what's included, but for some reason, it ends up on all these, like, crime channels. Rob and I don't watch it, it just, like, automatically goes to it, so we're like, "We need to put it on something, so if it turns on, we can't, like, change it really quickly, it's not gonna scare
Mhm.
her," so we put on Bob the Builder, but it's so slow, like, it's crazy how different like some of these shows were back in the day where it doesn't change screens. They'll stay in like a frame with two people talking for quite a long time.
Mhm.
And gosh, I know it's scary because all these shows are like that nowadays. Like even Eleanor's watching Mickey Mouse right now, and this one is pretty like I mean, it's pretty stimulating and she'll
Mhm.
just like stare at it and do nothing else.
Yeah, it's intense. And
Mhm.
like he doesn't even like watching it if I don't put on Miss Rachel. And Austin will just put on Miss Rachel in the car and like he'll sing the songs and he knows all the dances to
Mm.
all the songs. So like I get like that cuz he's like if he wants that like it's like a tractor wheel. Shoot, the guys are cutting the grass today. Yay. um, Okay. But it's a tractor wheel. It's from Once Upon a Farm. It's their little snack cookies things. Not cookies, but granola bars. And so whenever I
Mhm.
said, "Do you want a tractor wheel?" He'll do the wheels on the bus thing for like wheel.
Mhm.
And it's just like weird how he like connects that too. But anyway.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure Eleanor learned the ABCs from Miss Rachel. Like picked it up, like the ABC sound, because she can do that whole thing now. And then it's like pretty like, I mean, it comes up because we play kids music in the car a lot, but she just all of a sudden one day just did it, and we were like, and she doesn't honestly get that much TV. We don't do a lot of TV. Honestly, this weekend was crazy. Like both days we had stuff we were doing, and like she barely napped because she fell asleep in the car for like 10 minutes and then went to sleep. And so I was like, I need to nap. So like I literally laid down on the couch with her and was watching some TV, and we did it for like an hour. And I just feel so guilty, but I'm like, I just can't. But Rob took a nap
Mm.
too. We're like, we just can't function if you don't
Yeah,
go down for your nap, or for like having those days where we're so busy and she naps in the car. So then we don't get any like relaxation time. So like sometimes we use it for that, but we try not to use it so much, but sometimes it's, you just
that's what
have to.
happened because I felt like crap all last week, and I couldn't. And so like when I was home with him, I would just like put the TV on just maybe 30
Mhm.
minutes. We were just sitting there watching it because I just couldn't. And
Yeah.
then he didn't nap. He took a nap in the car 2 days in a row, Friday and Saturday or something, and wouldn't go back down. And I just like I can't not have that nap time. Like I need to
Mhm.
function.
Yeah, you need to get stuff done. You need to relax. That's how I feel too. It's so much harder being pregnant, like not getting that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how we were too, like Saturday and Sunday. And like we were driving from Allie's on Sunday because we helped her canvas to get out the vote so people could vote for her. So we canvassed for her a little bit. And so of course Eleanor falls asleep on the way home, but we were contemplating having one of us sit in the back to try to keep her awake the whole time. But then it was like it would have been like 3:30 by the time we got home, and that's just really late for her nap. And we're like, I feel bad, she's tired, she needs a nap. And I'm like, we're
Mm-hmm.
just gonna have to suck it up and figure something out. I mean, we're very lucky that we have like TV as a distraction, but it's just creates so much like guilt feeling like that's
Mm-hmm.
what we have to do to keep our children's like entertained for a little bit.
Yeah, and it's really not that bad if you think about it because we're not putting them in front of it all the time. But like that
Yeah.
immediate guilt that we even do when we
Hmm.
put them in front of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they should have a happy medium and we should be okay with it, but we're not.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet the amount we do like is fine. Like we're not doing like damage, but
Yeah, it's like barely twice a week. Like
yeah.
if even. Oh, what else has been going on with you?
Oh man. So last week, Friday?
Yeah.
Tuesday. No, Tuesday. I
Oh,
went in for my 1 hour glucose test, and I failed it and was freaking out
I would have
because
been
the whole
freaking
time,
out.
yeah, the whole time I'm like, I'm gonna fail it, I'm gonna fail it, I'm gonna fail it, blah 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 blah. And I passed it last time with Eleanor, and I was like decently under the threshold last time, but I also
Mhm.
was eating like just perfectly. Like I was just like spot on perfect with the way I was eating with Eleanor. And not that that I guess really affects it. I don't really know. But
No, it's the placenta anyway,
yeah.
so.
Yeah, so I got it back. I had a 149 and the cutoff was 135. Actually, no, I think the cutoff was 140. I don't know, one of those. And so I was like, oh man, I'm going to have to go in and do this 3 hour one. But I was like, I don't like stressing about it. I don't like waiting. So I'm like, I'm
Mhm.
just going to go in. So I went in on Friday and did it. And for those who don't know, when you do the 3 hour, at least when I did the 1 hour, they don't make you fast. You can eat whatever you want beforehand. You don't really do anything different with your diet. When you go in with the 3 hour, you have to fast for, they told me 8 hours. So basically, I ate before I went to bed and then went in. And I wanted to go in at like 6:30, or I wanted to wake up at that time and then go in. but I woke up at 4 and then was up for like an hour. And so I ended up getting up at 7, so it wasn't that bad. But anyways, I get there and they take your blood as like a baseline ish, I guess. And the first girl was training who was taking my blood, right? So she like I basically have one arm that they can get blood from. Like the other one, I don't know about my veins. They just must be deep. And they have a really
Mm.
hard time getting them, like, at least in my arm or like in the crook of my arm. And so completely bruised, like the main vein that you get anything from. It's like blue and black and whatever. And she couldn't get it to work. So then the person training her was like, okay, she has a really good one in her hand. Try her hand. So she goes in, puts it in, and it hurts. It hurts in your hand. And she pokes it and she's like, oh, no, I can't get anything. I'm like, oh my gosh. So then the other woman comes in and is like moving the needle around and then pops it right in, and she's like, yeah, that pop was it. I'm like, oh my goodness. So they got it from my hand. I'm like, of course the first group I get, the first blood draw of the day, I have to do it 3 more times, like, is destroying my veins.
Mhm.
Yeah, so they get the baseline, and then right after you drink the drink, which is 100 versus the 50 that you do for the 1 hour. So it's more sugary, which
Mm.
I've heard some people like puked, because it's a lot. But honestly, I didn't think it was bad. I felt like jittery and weird, and it like hurts my back kind of. I don't know. It's a really weird feeling. The 1 hour did that too. But you drink it, and then an hour later you draw your first hour, and then again second hour, and then again at your third hour. The other blood draws were fine, but yeah, I got them back and I was like way under the threshold. But I guess you fail if your baseline test before you drink the drink is above 95, and then like automatically you would fail it, or you'd fail it if you pass that and then your 3 other tests, you fail 2 out of the 3.
Mm.
So you could fail 1, I guess, within the 3. But yeah, I didn't fail any of them and it was fine. But it was like a pain in the butt. So
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I
Oh,
hope you pass your next one, which I'm sure
I
you
know.
will if you already passed one.
Yeah, I was, like, way below this time, and I'm, again, eating so differently, like, I was eating
Hmm.
so much healthier. I mean, I don't know, whatever, and I was just, like, very surprised that I was way below
What was
this
your
time.
number when you went in
Oh,
this
I
last
don't
time you had to
remember.
do it? Okay.
I just I'll have to look and tell you. I
Hmm.
don't remember. But
Yeah.
last time I was 1 point off of, like, whatever the
Oh, you
threshold
were?
was, I was 1 point under. Yeah.
Last time I was like 115 or something, and the cutoff was like the 135, 140. So I was like way under last time.
Mm,
I don't,
yeah.
I don't even think it like matters or you have control over it, but I was just I didn't want to have to deal with that.
Yeah, no.
So I'm happy. Happy past. Um,
Woo-woo.
what else? Yeah, we had a really busy weekend. We went to the county fair again, and Rob's parents came, and then his nephew, were our nephews and sister in law. And so that was fun. But Eleanor was really into like all the slides. So we were like taking her down all the slides because there's like a ton there. And so we ended up doing an enclosed one that swirled, which she's done a swirl one before and it's been fine. But this one was enclosed, and somehow we put her, or Rob put her at the top, and I was like catching her at the bottom, and she came out head first. It was like so upset. I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened in there?
Speaking of the enclosed slides, you see this on my elbow? I got this from the enclosed slide this weekend.
Really?
Yeah, and
Oh
I'm
my
pretty sure I,
gosh.
like, twisted his ankle while we were in there because it was like you went down and then it, like, did this, like, hard left jerk, and you're like, "Whoa," and then you went back down.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, they're scary.
Yeah, I guess those ones are are off limits, I guess, for now. I didn't realize they're so much more intense.
I don't know.
But yeah, that's everything kind of. I mean, we have so much going on, but that's like, I guess, the
Those
highlights.
are the big ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's jump into our episode today. Welcome, everybody, to the Mom Era podcast. My name is Megan.
And I'm Alyssa.
we are in recording this in like kind of mid end of October. So as the leaves start to turn and the air gets more crisped, we're diving into one of our favorite seasons. At least it's one of my favorite seasons. I think you said you were feeling better about it now that
Yeah.
it's like, yeah. So we're diving into fall. So today we're going to share all the cozy, fun, and festive things that make autumn so special to us and our families.
Yeah, I like fall mostly when it's like decent weather and it's not snowing right now.
Hmm.
But yeah, I feel like more excited for it because of having a kid that can actually
Hmm.
realize like it's a holiday this year, or a holiday that you're in, like trick or treating, or
Hmm.
doing all the things at the cider mill and things like that. So,
Yeah,
but
agreed.
from pumpkin patches and even Halloween costumes to best warm drinks and fall traditions, we've got plenty to talk about. So, whether you're looking for new family activities or you just want to hear about our seasonal favorites, we hope this episode gives you all the fall feels. So, why don't you grab your favorite fall drink and jump right in?
What's your favorite fall drink? Do you have one?
Hot chocolate, maybe?
Hot chocolate. Yeah, hot
I
chocolate's a good one.
kind of
Cause you,
like a matcha tea, hot chocolate, or I still love that like Starbucks strawberry acai refresher thing.
cause you're not much of a coffee drinker, right?
Yeah, no, I'm not. Like I looked
Do you like teas?
sometimes. Like I'm not really a huge tea person. Like warm tea, maybe. Cold
Hmm.
tea, no. I was looking at like all the festive things and like the Starbucks menu, and I was like, "Ooh, I should get like
Hmm.
that frappuccino, whatever." And then, yeah, no, just went back to my refresher. But
Yeah, I tried one of Starbucks's fall drinks. I don't know. It was like a pecan something or other flavored latte, and I was like, "Oh, this sounds really festive and good." And I got it in decaf, and it's just nasty. I was like, "This is so disappointing."
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I don't know. I just don't like coffee flavored things.
So let's dig into some of our favorite fall activities with kids. So growing up, we had a lot. I mean, my mom loved Halloween, so Halloween was like a huge event in our house. Like we had a family tradition of actually going to the pumpkin patch and like picking up pumpkins ourselves, and like it was a whole thing to decorate our front lawn for Halloween. So those are like ingrained in my memory as a child. And it was also really nice because where we lived in a suburb, and a lot of our other family members lived in areas where they couldn't trick or treat. So everybody kind of came to us as a young kid. So it was really nice to have that hub for family to kind of come by as young kids. And then as I got older, I would trick or treat with like friends and stuff. But I'm trying to like recreate some of that for Eleanor. Now we haven't gone to like an actual pumpkin patch to pick out our pumpkins. I think this is something we would maybe start doing when the kids are maybe even like 3 and 4, maybe 4 and 5, where they kind of can like, oh, I want this pumpkin. Because even when we went to pick out pumpkins with Eleanor, which was at like um it was at the like you pick place by our house with the all the stuff, but they had them all out. We didn't go to the patch. She like really wasn't interested in the pumpkin until we got home. So I think that's something I'll probably do later on, but just wait till the kids are a little bit more ready and can get involved in that way. But yeah, pumpkin patches are that's like an ingrained one in my family that we always used to do.
It's really interesting, like listening to you talk about this because it really shows like how your family dynamic, like how you grow up and like what you like and what you enjoy. Because I was never like a Halloween person, and it was so funny
Mhm.
because I was calling my mom and I was like, "Mom, why in the world do people have these tall freaking
The
skeletons
skeletons.
in their house, like the front of their house, and it's just like two skeletons, like nothing else, like it's just gross, like what?" She's like, "Yeah, no, I can't stand those things." And I'm like, "Okay, well, this is where I got like that from." Because
Mhm.
no
That's
desire, no
funny.
interest in Halloween. Honestly, I loved the trick or treating part. I liked to sort the candy. I like going to the cider mill, but like I go to the cider mill once and like that's yay, I'm happy. Like I went for the season.
Yeah.
In my teenage years, it was like really fun to go to like the haunted houses and haunted hay rides.
Mhm.
So those were cool. But I just remember growing up, we did a lot of the corn mazes with my grandma. So that was always fun, the corn maze. But
Yeah.
we really just weren't all into Halloween at my house. Like we did some
Mhm.
decorations, but yeah. So I am not a Halloween decorator at all. You will not find any Halloween decorations in my house. You will find maybe a Halloween bowl that the candy goes into. Um, and then
Yeah.
we'll wear a costume and we'll go trick or treating, but that's the extent of Halloween in our house. We like the pumpkins, and
Mhm.
we never really went to the pumpkin patch to like pick out a pumpkin. We always just went and like got them from like one of those farm stands on the side of the road and
Yeah.
ended up carving them. But yeah, so that it's just very interesting, like
Mhm.
and thinking about you know I the things that like I want to take Axel to the cider mill, and we went and got donuts this weekend, and then we did with a pumpkin, and we got our costumes and things like that. So it's just like it's fun to see that like play out with him, but it's
Yeah.
interesting because like he's probably gonna end up like me one day where it's like, oh, I'm not really that into Halloween.
Yeah, yeah, because if it isn't like a big thing you guys are into, he probably won't pick up on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it was a big thing for our family. And Rob's really into horror stuff, so he likes his horror movies, he likes his horror games, so he's very much making that his personality right now. Like anything we need play or watch or do like needs to be horror. Like he's very on brand. Honestly, we don't have too many Halloween. I talk about this all the Rob and I just talked about this yesterday. We don't have too many Halloween decorations right now. Every year, I say, I'm going to buy them when they're on clearance. And so we could like build
And
up
then you
every
forget.
year. But every year around this time, it just feels like we're so tight on funds because Christmas is coming. You know what I mean? So then I'm
Hmm.
never like, oh, I'm going to spend the extra money to like get this stuff. I probably have to do what my parents did. I mean, my dad's way more crafty than me and Rob are, but like it was really cute when we were older. My dad like cut out foam. Um, they kind of looked like the gravestones, and then we each got to decorate them, and we used
Yeah.
those every year. So that would be a cute idea, and it was just something he did and painted, and but he made a lot of like the decorations that they have. But
But I feel
yeah,
like you could
we
like get like one thing every year and just keep adding to it.
yeah, that's what Rob and I keep saying. So maybe we'll pick something up
But yeah, I feel
this
like
year.
after Halloween, it's like bam, Black Friday,
Uh
like
huh.
Christmas, like all the things. So yeah, no, definitely feel that.
Yeah, it gets hard. We would do apple picking every year too. This was something that like was a big thing for my mom's side of the family, so the whole family would go apple picking, and it was like a big
Mm,
event. We would go up by my grandma. We think since my grandma's passed, we kind of haven't done it like that as like the extended family, but we've been trying to do it like with my mom and my dad. We haven't been this year because it's been hard to organize everybody, but yeah, that's one we would do too.
yeah, yeah. I mean, other ideas are raking leaves and having leaf piles and having your kids jump in them, going on nature walks, identifying all the items in nature.
Mhm.
We really need to take a walk back into our wooded area of our land
Mhm.
because we have not done that yet. And we probably should do that before it gets cold out, but
Yeah.
we'll see. Yeah, those are some other things.
Eleanor loves the leaves and the changing color leaves. We have a lot of trees in our neighborhood and they're all different colors and the leaves are falling off, so we really like that right now.
Yeah, yeah. Some fall family traditions that we can go into include pumpkin decorating, Halloween camping, apple picking, decorating for Halloween fall. We kind of talked about some of these. I didn't realize
Mhm.
that. Family costumes, fall photo shoots, and haunted houses. So we I feel like I've always tried to do like the pumpkin like carving, but I haven't really done the pumpkin decorating, and I remember you sent me a video the other day of like decorating the pumpkin. So I feel like that would be a
Mhm.
cool thing to start doing with Axel just because it's different. His Austin's aunt came over and watched Axel over the weekend one day, and she brought like a mini pumpkin, and she called it his grateful pumpkin, and so on the pumpkin she put like Axel is grateful for, and then like all the things that he's grateful for. So I thought that
Oh,
was really cool because it kind of is like
that's cute.
another way of looking at the pumpkin and the things that you're grateful for. So that was cool.
Mhm. Yeah, that's unique. I like it. Yeah, we like to carve pumpkins every year, but obviously Eleanor couldn't carve, so we literally just like gave her stickers and markers and she was just drawing and put stickers all over it. Honestly, kept her busy for a good like 45 minutes, which is it was enough time for Rob and I to get our pumpkins done. But I also love pumpkin seeds. Like I'm obsessed with
Hmm.
pumpkin seeds. I probably killed our pumpkin seeds that I and Rob doesn't really eat them, but I baked them and I probably killed them within like 4 days because they're so good. But Halloween camping is like one of the, this is one that we've done since we were really little. I think like since I was in like kindergarten, my family's done a Halloween camp where you go, which like it's nice. Campers and they decorate and then they put on like different activities. I remember doing like pumpkin bowling, decorating pumpkins. Some of them would do like a dance, like they would have like a fall dance and people would go. So there's a lot of different activities. And we've been doing this with my mom's friends from high school, like every year. And it's nice because we're on like our own generation now. We have kids again. So for a while, we were still going, but people weren't trick or treating, you know, because
Yeah.
we were all older. And now we all have kids, or almost all of us have kids. So we're kind of like redoing that tradition. And it was a lot of fun. Eleanor really, really liked it. And honestly, it's probably similar to trunk or treat, which, like, trick or treating, I don't know what it's going to be like in our neighborhood, but you have houses that you can't hit and you have to walk far distances. And in the Halloween camp, it was like boom, 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 boom. And trunk or treating is probably very similar where you're like hitting, you
Yeah,
know?
I really liked that because there was no cars coming by. Like I would just be afraid that Axel's just gonna beeline towards the street, you know? And it was just like he could take off running. It was like smaller. Yeah, it was nice. I really
Yeah.
liked the trunk or treat. So I think we'll do that a lot more next year.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll have to find one. We haven't done one of those. But we also already have a whole bunch of candy. Like, I don't know. We don't need all this candy in our house.
Me neither. I just ate a bag of M&Ms from yesterday, but whatever. Some other things are I think family costumes, which we haven't really done. Or we were all giraffes last year, and then this year we're like characters from Pooh Bear. So I mean, I'm into that, but I'm probably only going to have a couple years of that because then we're going to be like a zombie or skeleton or something. Who knows? Um, and then
Hmm.
one thing I didn't think about, well, I guess other people do is like the fall photo shoots,
Yeah. I feel like they're
which
big in the fall.
yeah, I feel like they are, but I'd rather just do a summer one because
Hmm.
I know like it would be warm outside. I know it's like really pretty from a fall perspective, so like maybe like early fall. I feel like I'm not that focused on photo shoots. I just like try to take pictures. Like I try to
Yeah.
remember to take pictures or like do selfies or things like that. But I would really like another nice photo shoot every couple of years, I guess I would say.
Hmm.
Sorry. That was what I was trying.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I feel too. Like, it's too expensive, I feel like, to get them every year. We'll probably get one spring, like, try to find some spring minis this year
Mhm.
because we'll have like the family of four for the first time and the baby will be a little bit older. So it'll be nice to like have a nice family of four photo. But I'm the same as you. I know some people like get them religiously every year,
Yeah.
which is just very
Which
expensive.
they look so pretty. And like
They're so
props
nice.
to you for remembering to do that. But like yeah, it's not they just sit there. I'm not a
Hmm.
big photo like I'd like to put them on the wall, but then I feel like I'd have to switch them out. I don't know. I don't know. I don't
I
know where I'm
wanted
going
to
with that.
ask you, this is nothing to do with fall stuff, but baby stuff. Are you getting maternity photos again? Like
No.
being pregnant? No.
No maternity. I'm debating newborn
Hmm.
because I
Yeah.
really want like some of the newborn and I feel like I would do it differently this time. Like just like what I want to do would do differently, but like I really liked having that, like to look back at
Hmm.
and remember him being a newborn. But
Yeah. I know, because I was like, what do I want to do this year? I didn't know if I wanted to do more lifestyle, what was like the whole family, or if I should do the same thing we did with Eleanor. But I think we decided we're just going to do the same thing we did with Eleanor, and then the spring, like
Well,
get
they did
family
like a
photos.
the photographer I had did like a you should see if they have like a package because they'll do newborn and lifestyle. They'll like come to your home and do the newborn, and then they'll
Hmm.
take some pictures of you guys as a family.
Yeah, the place that we go through do that too. So we have ones like with me and Eleanor, Rob and Eleanor, us as a family. So they'll do that too. It
Mm.
just, you only get like 8 to 10 photos. So
Yeah, that's
then
only a few.
it,
Yeah.
just adds up really quickly when you're buying the extras is the only issue. But yeah, we decided just to do the same thing again so that we have them for both babies. And then,
Yeah, I like the idea of doing like the spring minis because then it's
mhm,
like they're a little bit older and you can
yeah,
yeah, they're not newborn. Yeah.
yep.
Okay.
So those are our fall family traditions. Obviously, people have a lot of really cool traditions and really unique ideas, which I think some will probably come to us as our kids go older. It's a little bit harder to start some of those when they're so young because they can't participate. But the next one, I always think about fall as being just very like cozy. It's
Mhm.
like still, it can still be bright out. It's not super gloomy yet. Like the trees look really nice, but it's still like cooler. So you're like staying inside in the evenings. Like it's just very cozy vibes. And so a lot of people, I know you said you don't decorate, and I don't really do like a ton either, but like seasonal decor, I feel like is huge, especially
Mhm.
fall, not even just Halloween. Do you put out seasonal stuff for like fall?
No, you know, I'm very budget focused, right? And
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm like I'm like, "Oh, this is so cute. I would love to like make it nice and cute and cozy." And then I'm like, I get something nice, cute and cozy like my couch and my
mhm,
cat vomits all over it and it's just sitting down here. So my cats are pretty much ruining half of the stuff that I would get. But also like I get to the point where I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, if it's just a throw pillow that I'm gonna put out for 2 months every year, do I really wanna spend the
mhm.
money on it?" Like, I'd rather spend my money elsewhere on something else, but,
I'm the same.
yeah, I struggle with that. I really struggle because I wanna make it all cute and cozy, but and then I'm like, "I don't want all this extra stuff, I wanna be minimalistic," so
Yeah, I'm the same way. I remember thinking when I was younger, when I have my own home, I'm going to buy all the things and decorate it. But it's just by the time you're here, one, you're just so busy, right? And it's
yeah,
like hard to even decorate. I'm even nervous for like decorating Christmas this year because Christmas is the one that I generally like go all out on. It's like the only one that I put out a
same.
lot of decorations, and I'm going to be super pregnant and like almost giving birth. So it was the same thing with Eleanor. It's just a lot of work, but like I don't even have storage to put like throw pillows or like seasonal blankets or
Yeah, I don't know how our parents did it because they decorated for, like, every holiday, and I'm like, "Oh, 1 box of Christmas stuff turns into 2 box of Christmas stuff? Like, that's a lot,
Mhm.
that's enough for me." Like, that's all
Yes.
I have.
Yeah, I'm the same. I mean, I just like the vibes in general, like being able to sit on the couch with a blanket at the end of the day.
But I also have a
Or
blanket on my couch all year round,
so
so
do I because we keep our ears but it's, like, different in the fall, it just feels
yeah.
feels right. It feels like you should have the blanket on. But I do like my hot drinks, so I do like to like, I was talking about, I think last week, about the coffee. I'm just getting in the season where I'm like, it's really hard for me to say no to some of these nice,
Mhm.
hot, cozy drinks. I like teas, I like coffee, um,
Yeah, it's
and
fun,
then
and it's only a couple months.
yeah. And then reading, like, I fall's, like, a very big reading time to me. It just feels like I should be reading. I'm reading a book right now about like witches because I thought it was very, I mean, it's like a fiction book. I think it's called The Secret Society of Witches, or I can't remember what it's called, but something like that. And it's really cute and on theme, I feel like. But those are my cozy vibes
Yeah.
for fall.
I don't really have very many cozy vibes other than I love wearing, like, leggings and, like,
Oh, yeah.
sweaters and things like that, so that's, like, exciting. But I just at this stage, I'm just looking forward to Thanksgiving food. So
Yeah.
that's that's all I look
The
forward to.
clothing is I didn't even think about that. The clothing's a big one. I love sweater
Mm,
weather. Love sweater weather.
yeah,
I
yeah.
will wear sweaters all year if I could.
Moving into fall self care. So these topics can be cozy reading, warm baths, comforting foods, candles,
Cozy
cozy. I was gonna say clothing, cozy, cozy
clothing.
clothing, crafting, knitting, baking. So warm baths are my favorite. I love baths. I will take a bath every night if I could. That's something I so look forward to in the winter. And then the cozy clothing, like I kind of talked about, and some crafting. Like I like to do crafting that's like related to the holidays. So I did a lot of that with
hmm
Axel last year. And then just like making cozy food. But yeah, that's pretty much what we do.
Yeah. I associate a lot of pies with and like breads, right? Like I've
Hmm.
been really wanting to make banana bread, but I had like haven't been able to find some of the ingredients that I need. Like we were looking last time we were at the store. The Kroger by our house is just terrible. I don't know why we go there. It's close. That's why we go there, but they never have anything. But yeah, I've been really wanting to bake. But yeah, I like crafting too this time of year, like between fall and winter. Like I just kind of get back into some of those like crafting things. Like I do like to knit. Um,
Mostly because we're
I
stuck
always
inside,
associate
probably.
yeah, we can't do anything outside. We gotta do fun stuff inside. I used to like love buying candles and lighting them. And the past few years, like since Eleanor, it's just been really bothering me, like the scents. So I have all these candles now that we really only break up when we lose power. But yeah, I'm not a bath person. Like I want so badly to be the type of person that just sits and takes a bath. Maybe I should try it this year. So I really
Yeah.
don't think I don't remember the last time I've taken a bath.
Ugh, that's how I like shave my legs in the bath, and it's just so
Mm,
relaxing. I mean, they say you're not supposed to take super hot baths while you're pregnant, so they're not as warm
yeah.
as I like them to be, but it's
So what
very
do you
relaxing.
do in the bath? Do you just like hang out? do you
In the
do you like
bath, I
watch
I
videos?
literally just shave everything. Sometimes I'll sit
Okay.
there in the beginning and with my Epsom salt and just kind of relax for a minute, but then I really just like shave everything, and then once I get out, I'm like, oh, I feel so refreshed.
You don't got your cup of wine and like that's what they do in the movies. I'm like, do people actually do this? Like sit in the bath with wine?
No, I always have, like, a half drinking water bottle and my phone next to me with, like, a podcast or something, so
And they have those like trays that they put over
Oh,
and they
yeah,
got
no, not
their
that fancy. Not that fancy, but also I take them very often, so it's not, like, just a relaxation thing either. I don't know.
Yeah. So, are you into like fall movies, like Halloween movies, or just, I don't know, I always associate like Hallmark movies. There's a lot of Hallmark fall type of movies. Like, are you into any of that?
No, I wish I could say yeah, but no. I'm like, maybe Halloween Town is the only Halloween movie I've watched.
You
Ugh,
ever even watch Hocus Pocus? I feel like that's a big one.
no, I don't remember that one. I remember hearing
No.
about it, but I don't think I've ever watched it. Again, we didn't watch anything Halloween related.
Oh,
Uh,
goodness. Yeah. Halloween movies is like, I don't like super scary, but I like on theme, like during the time. But
mhm.
Rob likes the super scary stuff. So sometimes I get roped into like watching scary movies.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm not a scary movie person. So like if Austin
Mm.
wants to watch a scary movie, I'm like, "No, let's watch a different movie." And then we change. So
Poor Austin. I'm just like, I guess. Let's do it.
I'm like, "You can watch it, but I'm not going to sit here and watch it with you."
hmm Yeah, and then books. Do you like to read?
I really got into reading when Axel was like 4 or 5 months old, and I was really
hmm
like probably reading a book every 2 days. I like the like Colleen Hoover romantic love
hmm
story or like, you know, something positive happy happened. I think there was one
Yeah.
about like infertility that I read. So that's pretty much like my reading. I haven't read in a long time.
Hi. Do you want to say hi? Say hi.
Hi, Eleanor. She can't hear me, can she?
Are you waving? Oh, good job, Eleanor. Okay.
She's so excited.
Yeah,
Okay.
I always get like up and down with reading. Like I'm in a reading stage and then I'm in a slump and then I'm in a reading
Mhm.
stage and I'm in a slump and I've been in a pretty good reading stage. I try to read 12 books a month, but that doesn't always happen. This year I think I'm at like 13 right now, so I think I've done pretty good. But I count my audiobooks too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I struggle with it. Yeah, so I mean, I wish I could give some advice here in terms of books, movies, ready to read, but yeah, no. Colleen Hoover. That's my recommendation.
Yeah.
Or and also utilizing the library because that was something I started utilizing last year and that was
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, the library's nice. I got a Kindle like through work, through like we have a growth and development stipend, and that was available. So I got that. And then they also paid for the Kindle Unlimited for a year. So I've just been kind of trucking through that. And then I also got Audible for a year. So I've been just like using those to read for free basically. And it's really nice. But I have a lot of book
No,
recommendations if people want some. I read all kinds of books. But yeah, fall's like a perfect time for reading.
it
But I
is.
love my Kindle. I love like for a while I would just read like it was hard for me because I always read before bed. And so it's hard for me to like read books when it's dark, like in bed. And then I was using my phone for a long time. And then it was just like too bright and the phone's heavy. So the Kindle's like perfect. I think they just came out with some new ones too.
Yeah, yeah, they're nice. They're definitely nice,
Hmm.
especially like for laying in bed reading instead of
Yeah.
scrolling on TikTok.
Yeah. Which I've been trying not to do as much, but.
Same, same, but that's not working out very well. Um, but I guess that wraps up our fall favorites. Basically, everything that we have to share from traditions to vibes to self care to books and movies. We hope that you enjoyed hearing about all the things that make this season extra special for us and our little ones. Whether you're decorating for Halloween, planning a fall outing, or just enjoying cozy vibes at home, fall is such a beautiful time to slow down and enjoy the family moments. I know I sat down outside and looked at the tree. Well, I was sitting outside and I was FaceTiming my mom. My mom's like, "Oh, the tree looks so pretty in your backyard behind you." And I was like, "Oh, yeah." Like I just didn't even like I just noticed that it
Yeah, you
changed
didn't
colors, but
stop
I
and look.
wasn't I wasn't admiring it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so thanks for joining us today. We'd love to hear all about your fall favorites too. And yeah,
Any traditions? I wanna hear about traditions that people do.
yeah, yeah, I
We should
want
do, like, a
tradition
tradition up
ideas.
yeah, me too.
We want to do it all with our children. So tell
Mhm.
us all your cool things.
What mom era are you in?
Oh shoot, yeah, our mom eras. What mom era am I in? I am in. Do you know? Okay, so we call our pacifier Bo,
Mhm.
and we've done that because I called it a bow growing up. So that's just automatically what I call it. I don't know. I'll literally go up to people and be like, "Do you have his bow?" And they'll be like, "What are you talking about?" Anyway,
I would do that too. If you didn't tell me that, I'd be like, "Oh." I've never heard that one.
anyway, he is very very obsessed with his bow, and he calls it a doe. And
Aw.
we'll sit there. He finished his smoke this morning, and he'll be like, dough. And I'm like, no, no, we're not having our dough right now. And then he'll run to his crib, pull it out immediately. And so we have now had to legit take it away from him and hide it because he will not take out his dough, his dough, whatever you want to call it. And like if he has it out of his mouth, he talks so much more. When he has it in his mouth, he won't talk. And so we've been
Mhm.
trying again, it's probably been like 2 or 3 days that we've really been enforcing this, but um Yeah, just putting it away in the morning and then only having it for nap and nighttime, and that is hard.
Yeah, we're Eleanor was talking to me today. She was or I was on the couch and she was like playing with some of her toys and she like said something to me and I like couldn't hear her. She had her passy in her mouth. And I was like, "Eleanor." And she doesn't like when I say, "What did you say?" She like doesn't want to repeat herself. I don't know if she feels like self-conscious or if she's just like she like doesn't get it, you know?
Mhm.
But I after I said, I didn't hear what you said. What'd you say?" She like didn't repeat herself. And I said, "Eleanor, sometimes it's hard to hear what you're saying with your passy in your mouth." So then she takes it out. She says it again, and I like totally understood what she was saying. But and it was like kind of nice that she understood me, like
Yeah.
what I was saying
Yeah.
to her. But no, I totally get it. It's like hard for language development. And she's pretty
Mhm.
obsessed with her passies too. But
Yeah, but
we're
she's a lot
trying
further
to
along language
yeah.
developmentally wise, so, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Yep, so and then he gets mad when I say, "No, we don't need dough right now," and he starts to
Hmm.
cry, like I'm breaking his heart. It's great.
Yeah. We do that too with Eleanor. I'm like, you don't need it. We're going outside to play. And throws a little fit.
Yep. What mom era are you in?
So Eleanor's been starting to like speak in fuller sentences, like full, like putting 3 to 4 to 5 words together. And it's just so crazy to me that this little person is like talking to me.
Like this little the baby that you birthed is now speaking to you.
Uh-huh. Like, and she just remembers so much. Like, we would be sitting at our table. So, maybe grandma and pop were just over eating dinner with us at our kitchen table. And then the next few days, she'd be like, "Grandma sat there. Oh, that's where Pop sat." And she'll just like point out these things that happened, or a lot of times I tell her, "Oh, like grandma made your blankie." So then she'll pull it out. She's like, "Grandma made this." And it's like just putting together, it's just really crazy how fast it feels like it's going, where she's
And the
just like
things she
this little
remembers, yeah.
talker. She just soaks everything in. You can tell her one thing. So we've been trying to tell her that Arlo, like little brother, is in Mama's belly. So every once in a while, she's like, Arlo's in Mama's belly, and she'll like touch it. And I don't know, she's just really good at picking up stuff. Like when we were in Disney, we bought a onesie for Arlo, and we didn't. I don't even think we like said it to her. But Rob and I were talking in front of her, like, "Oh, do we want to get this onesie for Arlo?" And he bought it, and we're home, and it was like in a pile for me to like cut off the tag so I could wash it. And Eleanor picked it up. She's like, "Arlo's," and it's like, girlfriend, like,
How do you know
you have a
that?
better memory than me. What in
Yeah.
the world? So
Yeah.
it's been really cool to see her transition. But she's also been doing this thing lately, and I don't. I want to talk to her pediatrician about it. I don't think she has like a what is it called when you maybe stutter, but sometimes she can like stall, right? So
Mhm.
she like wants to say something. She'll be like, and she'll like do that before she like starts speaking. I don't know if her brain is just moving way too fast for what's able to like come out, but she's been doing that for a few months now. So next time we go, if she's still doing it, I want to bring it up. But
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, dang.
yeah, that's where we're at.
Well, interesting though. It's interesting that she's
Hmm.
already saying full sentences.
Hmm. She's like doesn't stop talking sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not there yet, but we are I feel like he's picking up on a few more words like every couple weeks, so it's progressing. I'm not like worried about it, but
Oh yeah.
we did get this like assessment back from the old daycare where they said he was like behind or not developing
Mm,
as quickly. And it just like, rates you average, behind, or above.
yeah.
And like some of the things that they had said that he didn't do was like he didn't know the noises of a cat, a dog, a cow. I'm like, no, he does know those. And he didn't know how to point
Yeah.
to the eyes, ears, nose, mouth on his face. I'm like, he knows that. Like maybe he just didn't do it for you guys. So I like recalculated the score because I'm like,
Yeah.
he's not like that far behind, but like language wise, like yeah, he's not like saying full sentences.
But he shouldn't be. What are they doing it off of? Like, what are they basing the, like,
I think they
calculation on?
just sat there and asked him these questions. Like, they just sat
Oh,
there and asked the questions on thing, because then they said, like, "He doesn't know real words." And I'm like, "But he does know real words, like,
yeah.
outside and all done." And yeah, like, so it's just interesting, like, how they had rated him for that, but again, I'm not like it's not
Like,
like
don't
determining or dictating what he's doing. It's just,
Right.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's interesting they did that. I didn't know they did that at daycare, like, that
yeah.
young, you
Yeah,
know?
I was surprised. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining the Mom Era podcast. We hope this was helpful for all of our fall favorites and our ideas and traditions. We'd love to hear your traditions. Share with us at Mom Era underscore podcast at TikTok or on TikTok or Instagram, or email us at momerapodcast at gmail.com.
Have a great week or
Yeah, we'll
2.
see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.